Okay, so this is PSV Air Systems. This is the actual software itself. I'm not going to go into a long spiel on the technical side of things or even the operation side of things. I'm just going to very quickly, as a whistle-stop tour, show you how we populate a route, and then I'll show you the route planner itself at the end of the video, just to give you a little bit of background. And you can see that the app is extremely easy to use. And we actually put a lot of that out to the portal that we give to rail replacement, so that you guys can see what's happening with every single vehicle, what time they're going to arrive at the stops, every stop of their route, of their running board. In fact, we also give you the ability then to generate a website essentially for your passengers to be able to see exactly what time their rail replacement vehicle is going to not just get to their stop, we get to every stop on its journey, and that therefore allows for more confidence from your customers, because they can actually plan ahead, especially if they've got connecting journeys, etc. So shortly I'll show you a demo of the vehicle actually doing a route with the display app, but I'll show you how we actually plot that route. So we open the route planner, and from there we name the route. We'll just call it AAA just so it's easy to find. And we are going to add some stops. There's 3 ways of adding stops. We can enter Google URL. The other alternative is that you simply click on the map wherever you want your stops. And the third alternative is that we actually type in the address itself. Geofences are obviously part of the legislation. The announcement must be by geofence. I will demonstrate that to make sure that you understand that that's exactly what we've done. And we'll do that by going to the simulator module. We'll then load a route. And you can see the route there. The outer yellow ring is your approach geofence. As the vehicle enters the geofence, the vehicle knows we're approaching a stop, and it triggers the announcement for approach. And the inner is actually the stops themselves. I've given the ability to adjust this, because obviously in cities you're driving very slowly, so there's no point announcing miles out, because they could be sat there for 5 minutes in traffic waiting. The other very important thing is that, especially with rail replacement, stops might move. If a stop was to move, we can simply move the geofences to suit, but the stop name will stay the same, etc. But it just means that the geofence and the announcements pick up at the right point. This is something lacking in the other systems, which use a USB stick to put into the vehicle. Nothing can get changed until that another USB stick is put in, and the whole thing is redone again. We can do this on the fly immediately, making sure that everything syncs up nicely and the announcements always run correctly. I think that's so important to demonstrate for you today. We're going to demonstrate the product on a 10-inch tablet today, which is going to be very quick and the easiest way to show you. The reason we're using an Android tablet is because the actual hardware that it sits on in the vehicle is an Android computer. So essentially it's identical. The actual product is sitting on a website. It's just a website running, website code. So because of that, we can run it on anything. So obviously we're saving some money and using an Android product, but keeping the quality high. So straight away you can see the display down the left hand side. You can see the stops. On the right you can see the advertising, which is a revenue return. So obviously if people are spending out on a monthly subscription, this is a way to get some money back, if not surpass that output, that amount of money you're putting out. You also have 2 progress bars along here, which I will show you in images afterwards. The top one says how long we're going to get to the first stop, and the second progress bar is the full journey. So that's stop to stop, and that's full journey. Other than that, what I have done is I've software coded in the open door button, which we will connect to the vehicle's open door button. So I will pull forward at this point and we'll pull up to the first programmed stop. And I'll open the door.
Good evening. Welcome to the ZZ demo service. This stop is 1 Brompton CL. We are traveling from 1 Brompton CL to 14 Verulam Gardens. The remaining stops on this service are 22 Benson CL, 3 Benson CL, 8 Pottery CL, and 14 Verulam Gardens.
Okay, I'll close the door. Now, as you saw, the display...
Next stop, 22 Benson CL.
You see the display changes its state to meet the legislation of larger than 22 millimeters in height for the font. If you pay attention to the top of the screen, you'll see a yellow dot and a green dot. Those are your geofences.
We are approaching 22 Benson CL. The doors will open shortly. The remaining stops on this service are 3 Benson CL, 8 Pottery CL, and 14 Verulam Gardens.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip this stop to demonstrate how the product can actually skip stops. It doesn't return to stops. This is in case a stop is out of order, or a road has been closed by the police in any way, shape or form. We're able to bypass stops, and the product is intelligent enough to pick up the slack and carry on from where it was.
We are approaching 3 Benson CL. The doors will open shortly. The remaining stops on this service are 8 Pottery CL and 14 Verulam Gardens.
Okay, so you see it just skips straight through there. You can see the lights at the top indicating now see-through, which means we're not within a geofence ring. And as soon as we enter the approach geofence...
We are approaching 8 Pottery CL. The doors will open shortly. The remaining stops on this service are 14 Verulam Gardens.
Okay, so as I was saying, the yellow ring is the approach vector, which shows that we've actually entered the approach, triggers the approach announcement, and the green means that we are within the stop boundary. We've coded this so that we can move the geofence and adjust the size of it, because as you know, sometimes bus stops can be extremely tight. Very often with things like rail replacement, stops might move because one reason or another, maybe it was a bad idea and you couldn't fit the coaches down there. We've had to move the stop somewhere else. Well, if it's hard coded and geofenced in on a USB stick, it becomes a nightmare. So this way we can move things around a little bit. I'll open the door at this point.
This stop is 8 Pottery CL. The remaining stops on this service are 14 Verulam Gardens.
And then I'll close the door. Obviously we've skipped a couple of stops to demonstrate it's skipping. I'll close the door.
Next stop, 14 Verulam Gardens. We are approaching 14 Verulam Gardens. The doors will open shortly. This is the final stop on this service.
Okay, so we're at our make-believe stop and we open the door.
This is the final stop on this service. This stop is 14 Verulam Gardens. Thank you for traveling with PSV AIR.
A very quick walkthrough on the portal. The portal is your portal that we designed for rail replacement. So the job that we've populated is there, so you can actually see the job. We're able to open a detail of the job, which you can see here, telling you exactly what line it is, etc. We can search for anything on a line or a region, and then any vehicle doing rail replacement within the category is going to show. So you could type in a train station and it's going to jump up and show you, every vehicle that's servicing any one of the stations. And there is your schedules and ETAs. I haven't populated this as an actual route with a timetable, so it's not showing early, late, etc. Here we have a simple copy link, which this is for the passengers. You click copy, and immediately we can paste that link into your portal that you give your passengers already with the communication, and they're able to therefore keep track on exactly what's going on with the rail replacement vehicle. Okay, last demonstration is actually going to be booking a job. And the reason I'm showing you this side of it is because it is relevant to rail replacement. If I just select a customer, a job, etc., just very quickly, and from there we tap on the fact that this job is a rail replacement job, you'll see that this extended card comes down. I've ported this so that you can simply enter a couple of station names and it automatically knows what line it's on, and from that we're able to, let's just go to Great Northern, and then if I just select, we are delayed. I'm going to say London King's Cross, and our destination we're going to say is Cambridge. And you'll see straight away that the quick stop picker is now here, and we can see all of the stops on that line. It's a lot faster to be able to do that than manually typing things in one at a time in a frantic condition where something's happened and we're in a rush to get something in place and get customers alerted of exactly what's happened. We'll simply select all in this instance. You can see that it demonstrates them on the map for us. We can see all of our stops. So that's just a very quick walkthrough, just demonstrating the product for you in motion, where you're actually able to see it running rather than just words. Obviously this is in a car, but as I explained, it's built on a website, so it can run on anything. So it's not even a case of being confident, it's a case of knowing. We put an Android computer into the vehicles. We can use the existing screen in vehicles, or we install a screen and we're up and running. Thank you. Any questions, I'll take them face to face. I appreciate you. Thank you.